How do you, dude? Why do you let those comments? Do you let them get to you?
I don't let them get to me, but every now and then they will. There was the first one I ever got of that. I can pinpoint comments that hurt my feelings that I was like, oh.
Do you know why? We've talked about this before.
What?
It started with Twitter. You're like, I only hate the ones that I think there might be an ounce of truth to.
Yeah.
The ones that you take away that you're like, I think that there might be right. Those are the ones that really bother you.
Well, no, I want everyone to like me.
Yeah,
that's my problem.
Yeah,
I want everyone to like me. Like when I did the New Year's Christmas Day on Netflix,
right?
I was sitting in my house, just like I had a great time. I had a great time.
Yeah,
I did. I worked on Christmas and I flew home. I had dinner with my family. Wake up the next morning, I'm scrolling on my phone, and the first thing I see on news is Bert Kreischer ruins Christmas Day.
Way to go!
And what he did was, and it's like, listen, the guy's got to get views.
Yeah.
He's got a job to do,
right?
And nothing was happening at that game.
Yeah,
and he needs to be clicks. If you're going to get clicks, it's not going to be with Brandon Marshall.
You're right.
It's going to be with Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
So I'm more famous, and so, and then he just goes, and then he just cherry picks comments that are clearly targeted comments by people that don't like me.
Right.
This is what a foul alcoholic. Like, you only know that I'm an alcoholic if you're a fan.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just. And so, and then, but I mean, I get him. I'm guarantee you, there's a guy who wrote an article about my appearance on Rogan.
Uh-huh.
I know that they do that because they need clicks.
Yeah.
But I still catch them. Like, I had to take Google News off my phone. The first one I ever got, I was saying this last night, I was oblivious. When we started touring and I got in the tour bus and I'd bring like 7 people with me, dude, I was on a rocket ship. I was oblivious to any negativity. I thought everyone in the world loved me, and I got us one day. I got us all tracksuits, white tracksuits with white shorts.
Yep.
And I got us all the same shoes. And it was like 7, 8 of us. And we all put them on, and we were going to go eat at a barbecue competition. So we went to the barbecue competition, and they had canceled the barbecue competition for a wedding. And we showed up at a wedding, all in tracksuits. And we walked into the wedding, and everyone was like, oh my God, it's Bert Kreischer. And then we took pictures with the bride and groom. And I thought it was hysterical.
That's great.
And this guy was like, can you imagine having to stomach this ass clown at your wedding? And I was like, wait, I didn't like. And then you're just like, and I was like, oh man, you took the fun out of that. But Georgia was the one that told me, like, she was like, hey, did you have fun at Christmas Day?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. She goes, and that's your truth. That's where you get lost. That's where you get lost, is like, so I'll use this. This is long and windy, but like, I'll use this as premier example. So like when the movie came out,
right,
dude, I was through the roof.
Yeah.
I got a text from Arnold Schwarzenegger the next day. The day it came out, number 4 in the box office, buddy. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Congratulations. I was like, nice.
Yeah.
Number 4. And then that Tuesday we do Two Bears, me and Tom. And he's like, how you doing? I went, great. He was great. I said, yeah. And he was like, but your movie bombed. And I went, no, it didn't. And he goes, yeah, it did. I went, no, it was number 4 in the box office. He goes, there was only 5. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, 14 million opening week when no movies are coming out, and during after pandemic. I mean, I think that's, it's not. And he goes, oh, okay. And I was like, and then all of a sudden, all these good feelings went away, and I was like, oh, negative.
Yeah.
And then we did Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
We come back, and it's the greatest experience of my life. One of the biggest events in comedy, and I was a part of it.
Right.
And we go to do the podcast. He goes, we have Tony on today. And I was like, oh, cool. And he goes, we bombed, right? And I was like, what? He's like, we bombed.
He's a negative Nelly.
Well, he reads all the comments.
Yeah.
And I was like, we didn't bomb. And he goes, they say we bombed. And I go, Tom, I was there with you.
Yeah.
But we didn't bomb. I mean, we didn't do what Nikki did.
Right.
But we did great.
Yeah.
He was like, well, they say they bombed. And they say we bombed. And Tony is coming on to tell us that we bombed.
No,
and I was like, oh my God. So when this TV show came out, first of all, I was like, Tom, do not watch it.
Don't talk to me. Don't tell me how I did.
And I was like, I'm not going to read anything. I took Google News. I took everything off my phone. I blocked my name everywhere. I was like, my experience with this show will be only my experience. It will be, I loved making it. I'm super proud of it. Leanne was a part of it. The response I've gotten is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's it. You send me an article. Like, they've been posting articles on my feed of like good things.
Right.
And I go, sure, post it. But like, I'm not reading that article because none of that matters to me.
Yeah.
I'm just going with
Just
my
know
experience.
what you do. What's Leanne? She's a producer on it.
Executive producer, yeah.
I think that's great because she is the level head of your family, and it is in the show. Like it gets in the show. How much time did you spend with those kids before you started filming? Because that relationship looks like you've known them since they were born.
A lot. Well, Lilu and Ava, like the second they got to any day they got to set, they came right up to me. They'd yell, "Birdie boy!"
Yeah.
And I did special things with them. I wanted to spend time with them, and but I also like them. I think they're cool kids.
Yeah.
So we took them to WWE, got them a suite. They lost their minds.
Mm-hmm.
They stayed away from us. They stayed at a different hotel.
Right.
Thank God. But we spent a lot of time with them, and I hung out with them a lot.
Yeah.
Like on
like
set.
you could tell that relationship is that those kids love you.
Oh, yeah.
I saw them do one of those little vignettes where they interviewed people at the premiere and they talked to your mom and they were like, "Thanks for making Bert."
At the premiere, Lilu came up to me and she was like, "Bert, you paid for this, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Can this party last longer?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." And she turns around and she goes, "Bert's paying. We can party all night." Yeah, she's Lilu and Ava. Ava had the harder job because she has to carry the story,
Right.
And so there were times I say this, and if Ava hears this, I don't want her to be upset, but I told her this. There were times that she didn't get laughs because she had to be the serious side,
Right.
And she was watching Lulu just hit dingers,
Yeah.
And you could tell and Lulu has got to curse more,
Yeah.
And you could tell Ava wanted to, but I was like, hey, your job is you're the story, you're the backbone of the story. I go, I don't even think I'm that fun. I'm funny in the show at times, but that the whole thing is let everyone be funny. My favorite characters are Randy Hotchkiss. When he says to me on the golf course, they go, Bert, when one door closes, and then he goes, the finish on that, Bert? And I go, another one opens. And look at this guy.
Yeah, I knew he'd get it.
Those are my favorite lines in the show.
When Bert goes, listen, how long have we really known Glenn? He goes, I don't know, 25, 30 years.
Dude, there's an outtake there.
My family adopted
Yeah,
him.
that was so good. That made me laugh.
There's an outtake there that I could not get it because he just goes, 25, 30 years. And I kept laughing. That and when Randy is he puts his son to bed. We're in Atlanta. We're about to go to the strip club, and he puts his son to bed. And we're sitting there, and I go, "How's he doing?" He goes, "He's holding on." I go, well, "Maybe this is a bonding moment." He goes, "Thanks." And Glenn just goes, "He's a strong kid, Randy." And he goes, "What's that supposed to mean?" And he blows up on him, and he blows up. It was a much longer blow up. But we couldn't use the take because I broke characters so hard because he blows up, and then Landon comes in and goes, "You guys see my phone?" We had so much fun making it that I would love to do it again.
Yeah, I mean you have to. I think now. So Netflix, obviously you have the great relationship with them, but they very nobody knows how they judge and how they do ratings and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
do.
what's that?
Yeah, we do.
We don't know, but you guys.
Maybe
know.
I shouldn't say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you know
have,
what's trending and what's not.
They have markers on what numbers you need to hit by what days.
Right.
And not what numbers, but they take a look at that. So we had a call on at a certain. I won't tell their algorithm, but we had a call on one set. We have another call set up, and then we have another call set up for specials. They always do 30 days.
Okay.
They want to know how it does in 30 days. So, all the pirates are going to be shirtless. It's going to be freezing.
It's going to be cold as hell.
But yeah, specials. This already did better than my special, which Lucky did really well. Lucky is one of the top specials of the year.
Lucky was very funny.
Thank you.
That's the one you did here.
Yeah, it went like Gabe, Kevin, Schultz, then me. I think.
Wow.
The top specials. Yeah, Lucky I was really proud of Lucky.
So what do we know about the success of this show so far?
Only what I've seen people write is I don't think anyone expected it to do this well.
Right, but what is Netflix saying? Like, are they?
They're never gonna say anything other than don't take your foot off the gas.
Right.
Keep promoting. We want to look at 30 days out. We want to look at 2 months out, 3 months out, and so they want you to promote it every single day.
Yeah.
What I think is different about this show is that it's picked up like a special spikes the day you drop it, and then it just kind of drops off. Like your fans just kind of like. The only special I know really that doesn't do that was Gillis's Beautiful Dogs.
Yeah.
Because no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
So it did this, and then word of mouth got out, and then it started climbing. And that's what you want. Ali Wong's did that.
Yeah.
I think Secret Time did that for me. I think you only get that with your first special. And then once you get those fans, you're in their algorithm. When it releases, it's the first thing on there.
I remember watching The Cabin and going back to it every day to watch the rest of the episodes. And The Cabin was always in the top 3 of the shows.
The Cabin was the biggest thing I'd ever done. I screwed that up royally.
Why? Secret Time.
Secret Time. I was on the. I was. It was the first time I'd done anything that succeeded like that on that level,
Right.
and it was number one, like worldwide, on average for non-scripted reality.
Yeah.
And I did one interview in L.A. I was so good on all interviews, but it was very difficult to defend how we did it because they wanted to know. Everyone was like, social media police. They were like, "Did you film this during the pandemic? When did you film this?" And then I had to be kind of elusive because we filmed it in January 2020, and so I kind of had to be elusive. And then I was like, "We did it in 2020. We did it in January." And this guy was like, "January? Wait, how did you do it in January?" I said, "We just shot it." And he was like, "Was it scripted?" And I was like, "No." And I said, and this is the thing is like I get nervous about this, but I'm just being honest. They didn't know we did not know what we were shooting when we went into it that day.
Right.
We had no idea. The entity was a different. Someone had done a series like this, exactly like this. We bought it from them in France or in Canada, in Montreal. So
Right.
it was Le Cabin,
Show.
and we bought it from them. And then we came in, and it was all scripted. So when we got the project, it was going to be scripted. But we started production in early December of writing it, and casting happened late December, and we couldn't cast anyone because everyone left LA early.
Right.
And so we had no cast starting January. I think we started January 8th. January 3rd, we had 0 cast.
Wow.
And we had 0 scripts because you couldn't write a script.
Right.
I remember Netflix coming in. This is the maddest I've ever made an executive in my life. He comes in like January 3rd, January 4th, and he was like, "I'm looking at these scripts, and I'm going to be dead honest with you. I don't see 6 minutes of content.
Wow.
I don't see 6. I'm reading these scripts and I'm reading them aloud, and I don't see 6 minutes, let alone 12 minutes. How do you expect to fill 22 minutes?" And I leaned in and I go, "We're going to shoot a lot of it in slow motion." And he was livid. And so I said on this interview, we had no idea what we were doing when we got there. Netflix had no idea what show they bought. They bought one thing, we shot another thing. This is basically a podcast. I just brought all my friends in. I called in favors. They showed up, and that's the show we shot. And man, I got a phone call the next day getting my ass chewed
Because
we know you made me look like an ass. And I was like, "What?" He was like, they said I didn't know it. I knew what show we were shooting. And I was like, okay. In my head, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I think I always thought that was the reason it didn't get picked up, because he didn't get you only like Andy Wheel is our executive, and he gave us the room and the notes to make a great show. Like,
Right.
he gave us the room to do whatever we wanted, but when we went off the rails, like that opening scene was very, very long, the very first scene, and his notes were, him and Ben and all of the whole team were like, it needs to be dialed in. It needs to be quicker and faster. We can get to the point faster. Their notes are always accurate. I think a show gets picked up because the executive fights for it internally. And the second I said that this guy didn't know what he did,
He was like,
he
"I'm done."
was no longer wanted it. And then he got fired from Netflix.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was a great guy, but that was the truth. And I didn't know I don't know how to,
Right.
like, I just was like, yeah, when we and Tom went up there, he's like, "What are we doing?" I said, "I don't know. We'll just figure it out."
Yeah.
And then they had an ostrich, and they were like, "Do you guys want to process an ostrich?" And I was like, "Yeah." Joey Diaz
figured
showed
it
up.
out,
Joey
yeah.
Diaz was late,
Yeah.
and then the guy's name was Sugar, and he was overweight. And then all of a sudden, we got this guy to roll an ounce of weed, and we smoked it.
That's how comedy goes. Things happen.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious. Bert Kreischer is in the studio with us. Going to be at the Benchmark Arena
Did my
tonight.
assistant ever come back?
No, he might be.
right
He
outside
might be
here.
out in the thing.
Oh my God.
Do you need to get him? You want me to get him?
No.
He's right there. You all right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
How
Go
long?
ahead.
How long has he been with you?
How long you been with me, Kyle? Since May.
May.
He's a
yeah.
work in progress.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm changing his life.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where does he rank?
Oh, he's a 10, like hanging out.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
he's the best.
As far as assistant goes.
Well, he woke me up 20 minutes before this interview. And I was like, hey, I don't need to wake up 20 minutes before an interview.
Especially this one.
I was like, we're outside the house. He was like, I thought you wanted to take a shower. And I was like, you got to get to know me better. But he's like, I'm teaching him how to do cologne right now.
How to do cologne?
Yeah.
What do you know about cologne?
He does well, I know that I can smell him, and it's a lot of cologne.
Oh, I got you.
So
to dial it back a little.
Like, if you get near him, I think if you get near his hands, you'll smell it right now.
Right. That's the thing with you young kids. My son's the same way. He smells like a Puerto Rican whore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was under the impression that you should smell him before he walked in the room.
No.
And I was like, no,
Should be faint.
Cologne should be someone gives you a hug and goes, oh, you smell good.
Right.
And so he's a 2-pump to the chest guy, and I'm trying to turn him into a 1-pump and walk through it guy.
Right.
There's a lot we're working on with him. And so
where do you get that from? Because Big Al ain't teaching you that.
oh, I just know that I'm getting an Uber, and I'm like, that guy put on enough cologne for both of us. Yeah.
How much do you love doing arenas? I don't mean for money and all that. I mean like the actual stand up. Like is it that much different than doing it in a club or a theater?
It's totally different in a club.
Yeah.
And then theaters are really fun, but and you know it's not about the money, but man, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's such a different payday.
Yeah.
That you're like, okay, so I'm wrapping up arenas probably up until May.
Right.
And then when I go back out, I'll just do theaters because I'm getting ready for a special.
Yeah.
You want to do 2 shows a night. You want to do multiples. So if you can go to New York and do the Beacon 6 times, it's better than doing, half filling Madison Square Garden.
Are you? I mean, it's just you've done this already. Been in Tampa at Benchmark Arena, so
it'll never be as good as last time.
I mean, last time was phenomenal.
Last time was crazy. It was the best experience I've ever had in my life. This will be fun, but it's never going to be like my dad walking in and going, "Wait, they know who you are."
Right.
Now he's like, "Oh, buddy,
Can I
what are the curtains doing up on the top row?"
My moments for you have like knowing you so long as you doing Tampa, obviously.
Yeah.
You at FSU when you were out there with I mean, that's got to be one of the greatest moments ever. The first time you went there.
Oh, I didn't know I was doing the arena there.
Oh, really?
I was like, because a lot of civic centers have a theater,
right?
And like last time I was at the Dothan Civic Center and it was a theater, and it's a big theater, but it's still a theater. We don't bring our stage, we don't have our crew set it up,
right?
And so I walked there. I got there. I landed in Tallahassee. I had not been back since I graduated, and they had a red carpet from my bus to the arena.
Wow!
And a big sign that said "Welcome home, Birdie Boy."
Oh, that's
and
great.
I started crying.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then I walked in, and I looked, and I was like, wait, I'm doing the place I saw Nirvana play.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw Fish here. I saw the Dead. Like I saw, like everyone here. And I was like, whoa. And so I was like, I'm gonna take a walk. And then I did the walk, and I just put on Instagram stories walking around Florida State for the first time. Boy, this has changed. And windows were opening in dorms because the kids knew where I was.
Yeah.
And they're like, welcome home, Birdie Boy. Dude, I got so emotional. Leading up to the show, they're like, we have something we want to give you before the show. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting a doctorate. I was like, oh, this is going to be so great. And anyone, I've said this a million times, but growing up in Tampa, the Bucks weren't what anyone wanted them to be.
Right.
And so you never had a sense of community in Tampa. You never like civic pride. You were just like, the Bucks.
Yeah.
Again, that happened. We had one winning year that I remember as a kid, but other than that, it was always miserable. And my dad said, buddy, when you go to Florida State, this is going to be a very different thing. This is like, you're going to a winning team, a franchise that is superior in the sense of community. Those football games, you're going to see what it's like to have been like a Yankees fan or a Cowboys fan or a Steelers fan.
Right.
And I was like, really? And that first game I went to, he comes out on Renegade, Chief Osceola, and the second he throws that burning spear into the Seminole head, the crowd erupts, and I'm 18 years old, and I start bawling, crying. And I was like, I couldn't help it. And I was like, oh my God. So the spear meant a lot to me. So when they go to give me my doctorate, and I'm waiting to put on a robe and gown, and instead they give me the spear, I started bawling.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm bringing this out on stage. And they're like, please.
Yeah.
And that bringing that spear out on stage, dude, I've never like. And by the way, I did the pump up speech at Alabama in front of 90,000 people. It was awesome. Not as good as that moment.
I felt that for you. I really did. I mean, I never even went to finish college, and I don't have that feeling for myself. Like, but I know you did, and I know how much that meant to you.
That was like great. Giving the pump up speech was great.
Yeah,
that was awesome because it went well.